sweetheart. Let's start at the recitative. Welcome, welcome, dear departed. I'm glad you shades could join me. My time in hellfire has been less than ideal. 4 awful centuries of torture and fiery harming. This purgatory here seems much more charming. I'm Don Giovanni, famous seducer, now the producer of my own show. Please hold your cheering, this is a hearing where I can plead my own case for parole. Yes, they will finally free my soul. Out on parole, and though my story's bawdy and gory, using these puppets, using my singing, I'll make the angels listen to me with these puppets made by me. With my singing, really awful me, I'll make them listen and set me free. And let me tell you, it has been hell to get this appointment here for my case. It's a disgrace who runs this place. But I'm not complaining, here it's not raining acid and spiders right on my face. No, it's not raining anything harmful on my face. No going back now, on the right track now, nothing to bind me, hell is behind.
So I have to take the stairway down from heaven. Thank you all for coming on such short notice. Since we're running a bit behind, we'll skip the selection process. None of you were saintly enough for heaven or evil enough for hell, so you'll make an acceptable jury as you are. Congratulations! You're all jurors now. The members of the heavenly host appreciate your dependable mediocrity in situations like this. Good. I see the court-appointed accompanist is here. You must be the defendant.
I am Don Giovanni at your service.
Your form says Don Juan.
Ah, yes, that is my birth name, but I go by Giovanni these days. I keep meaning to get it changed, but even in hell, administrative paperwork is a form of torture that I like to avoid at all costs.
Are you taking this seriously? Because release from hell is extremely rare. Frankly, it's nothing short of a miracle that you managed to get a hearing at all, considering your list of offenses. Let's see. Multiple counts of murder, sexual assault, public indecency, soliciting sex from a minor, assault with a deadly weapon, soliciting sex from a major, possession of illicit substances, soliciting sex from a dominant, wage theft, obstruction of justice, perjury, and sending an unsolicited picture of your genitals to a German countess. Is that all correct?
Absolutely not. I only ever did the one murder. The rest of that stuff is true, though.
You sent a dick pic in the 17th century?
It was very tasteful. A gorgeous oil painting by a young Dutch artist, if I remember correctly, with just the right amount of chiaroscuro to really accentuate
Okay, I think we're done.
Oh, wait, please, let me make my case first. I'm sorry. I've prepared a special presentation.
Fine, but make it brief. We angels may have all the time in the universe, but here at the Raleigh Fringe Festival, we have exactly 60 minutes. So, do not attempt some half-assed filibuster to delay your return to hell.
I would never! Okay, well, I definitely would have a couple centuries ago, but that's not what I'm doing here, I promise.
Good, because it wouldn't work anyway. Are you ready to begin?
I am, Your Honor.
The court is now in session. We are hearing case number 420-69, a hearing for the conditional infernal reprieve of one Don Giovanni, originally of Seville. Have you prepared an opening statement?
I have something even better. was a cad. That's a word that means he's mad. Smooched some girls and made them sad. Fought with Donna Anna's dad. I had snuck into her bedroom just to give a little kiss, but she woke and screamed like this. Oh no, come quick, something's amiss. So I did my best to exit, but her shouting brought another. That was how I met her father. Oh, what a bother, we told each other. He was called Commendatore, and though slightly past his prime, my own life was on the line. Oh no, I stabbed him in the spine. That is how my trouble started. That is why I went to hell. My mortal life did not end well, and you can see how far I fell. But there's much still left to tell, and so you know I'll show that I can still excel.
What the hell was that?
Well, see, I had this idea that...
You said you were taking this seriously.
I am. Look, I was a terrible man who did a lot of terrible things, and I was justly punished for all of them. But 4 centuries later, I stand before you transformed and redeemed by the glorious, marvelous, transformative power of music. Have you ever heard of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart?
I have. He's in hell. Actually, most composers are.
And, why is that exactly?
They know what they did.
Well, that sort of undermines the central thesis of my whole defense, but I guess it's too late to back up now. So anyway, Mozart actually wrote an opera about my life. Don Giovanni, ossia il dissoluto punito. For the dearly departed in the audience who never studied Italian, that's Don Juan, or the rake punished.
Wait, do you even speak Italian? Are they offering Duolingo courses in hell?
Do not invoke the owl. He never sleeps, and he is always hungry.
Okay. And so, if the opera was written after you died, how do you even know it exists?
My infernal tormentors performed it for me frequently. They hoped it would be a mirror in which to view my worst offenses and wasted potential of my awful heart, into whose depths I could gaze and feel the acid sting of a sinner's legacy, hearing the mocking echoes of my depravity night after endless night, and watching in cursed impotence as my doppelganger ignored the jaws of damnation drawing closed around his wretched soul. And they could never find a good tenor. It was deeply traumatic.
I thought you said it was transformative.
Trauma is transformative.
So, the case you're making today is that trauma makes you a better person?
Yes?
I see. And do you also plan to argue that the various traumas you inflicted over the course of your life had a beneficial effect on your victims, and therefore deserve to be recategorized as good deeds?
Wait, is that an option?
Absolutely not.
Then no. Look, to tell you the truth, I don't know exactly how or when it happened. I hated the opera for years, which only made them perform it more, and it just sort of wormed its way into my soul. I grew to look forward to it, even love it. And then, one day, it gave me an idea. What if I could show that I had changed my ways and foster the moral development of living souls all with one short theatrical experience.
Go on.
I've condensed Mozart's opera into a series of short scenes and songs to demonstrate that I understand the horrible mistakes that I made while I was alive. And if you do grant me parole, I hope to share my show with the children of the world so that they can be forewarned against the dangers of engaging in that sort of behavior.
So you wish to bear warning from beyond the grave so that mortals may avoid your wretched fate?
Exactly.
Huh. Sounds like Dickens.
I mean, that's at least half the reason I ended up in hell.
And about that, what makes you think your tale of damnation and debauchery is appropriate for young audiences?
That's what the puppets are for.
Kids love puppets!
I was referring more to the content.
Oh, of course. I've actually put a lot of thought into that. Whenever someone does something that would get them sent to hell, I've made sure to include some audience participation. And that was bad! Can you say it with me? And that was bad! That sort of thing. That way nobody accidentally gets the wrong message and thinks that it's cool to be hot and rich and spend several decades fucking and/or sucking your way through Europe.
We certainly wouldn't want that. Have you thought of a title?
Don't do sex crimes. A Don Giovanni production.
Title pending. And do you wish to perform it now as a part of your defense?
With your permission, of course.
Granted, but I reserve the right to cut you off if I get bored.
Well, that's only fair. Allow me to introduce the dramatis personae. You've met some of them already. Donna Anna, the beautiful and chaste noblewoman. The commendatore, Donna Anna's father, and agent of my eventual downfall. And Leporello, my grumbling but faithful servant. And these are Donna Elvira, the angry mistress of the night, and Zerlina, the vivacious peasant girl. And we also have Don Ottavio, Mazzetto, the boyfriends.
You seem to have put significantly more effort into some of these than others.
Well, I would have liked to finish them all, but unfortunately I had very little downtime in between sessions of getting my guts rearranged. And not in the fun way.
Yeah.
And are we going to ignore the fact that your I regret my lifetime of objectifying women show has turned all of the female characters into literal objects?
Oops.
Well, that's,
Proceed.
Cool. I guess I'll just pick up where I left off. Right, I had stabbed the commendatore. Oh no! That mysterious stranger is fighting with my father! I'd better go get help. I'm dying. That's it. Golly gosh, Don G. I can't believe you just killed somebody. Don't be dramatic. It's not that bad. But it is. Murder is very, very bad. Can you say it with me? Murder is very, very bad. Very good. Repeating. Not murder. You worry too much. I was wearing a mask, so no one knows it was me. Don G, you need to learn that your actions have consequences. I've never experienced any before. Why would now be any different? Ha ha ha! Hear my laugh of hubris. Where is that Don G? I'm here to make sure there are some consequences for his actions.
Told you so.
Gee! You told me that you loved me and that we were going to get married, and then you abandoned me.
And that
Was
bad.
Well, listen, I had very important reasons for leaving, and, Leporello can explain them all.
Actually, would you mind taking this next song?
What?
Well, I mean, the way I've built the show, it doesn't really work without a scene partner. There are more puppets than I have hands. And, you know, technically I'm not supposed to be on stage for this next part.
This is a conflict of interest. I'm literally judging your case right now.
Are you telling me that a powerful, angelic being like yourself can't maintain objectivity through one itty-bitty puppet show?
It's not proper, not mindful, not demure. It would cast doubt on the legitimacy of the proceeding and potentially on every case I have ever judged.
But we have a whole crowd of witnesses. They're here to observe, and they can swear that no lines were crossed.
What do you think, folks? Do you want to hear the lovely angel sing?
Fine.
Wonderful.
But it's going to mean extra paperwork for everyone, especially you. And probably a higher level of scrutiny for this case.
Well, that's only fair. What do you think? Are you ready for your stage debut?
Just for this one, and then I'm done.
Of course. Look at that, you look perfect. All right. Avanti.
Miss Elvira, I've been told to inform you of the reasons my master has given for abandoning you so abruptly. And the truth is, he's just a big slut. Yes, he's truly the biggest of sluts. He's bent more than 600 Italians. You did what? German Fräuleins 200 and counting. Turkish, French, the occasional Belgian, but in his homeland. Here in Spain, it's 1003.
That can't be.
That's the tea. When the working girl or countess, his audacity is boundless. He's a fighter and a lover. Whether baby or mother, and he makes me write their names on any fucked or even kissed. And I would say it's killing my wrist.
The Italians
640.
and the Germans.
230. 100 French girls and 91 Turkey but in his homeland.
Here in Spain, it's 1003.
Yes, that's true. Counting his erotic predilection is to roam without protection, and his method of selection, does she give him an erection? And I'm sure you've guessed the answer to that question's always yes. A distressingly cold, throbbing yes. Just as long as she's wearing a dress. Yeah, okay, I have questions.
You can't stop there. There's a whole B section.
First of all, I can do what I want. Second of all, how does listing your sexploits help anyone to be a better person?
Well, isn't it important that I own up to my bad deeds?
It feels a little like bragging.
Well, that's why I needed you to do it instead. And if I may say so, you did a marvelous job. I could tell you had the soul of a
thespian.
Oh, totally inappropriate!
What? It just means you were born to be on stage. You're such a natural performer. Won't you help me with the rest of the show? Please? Pretty please? Pretty please with a puppet on top? Please, I can't do this without you.
Fine, just stop! All of that! And I need to see the script again.
Of course. I thought you said you needed this.
I just memorized it. Angel powers.
Sure. Okay. So, after we had driven Donna Elvira away in disgust, I saw a crowd of peasants celebrating the engagement of Zerlina and Mazzetto. Babe, I can't wait for our wedding day.
It's going to be wonderful, darling.
It is going to be wonderful. In fact, I insist on throwing you two lovebirds an engagement party at my mansion.
Really?
Absolutely. Leporello will go ahead with your boyfriend, and I'll escort you there myself. Like hell you will, brah. If you lay one finger on Zerlina, I'll yeet. And now that we're alone, I simply have to tell you I object to this wedding.
What?
You're just too beautiful to remain a peasant. Dump your boyfriend and be with me instead.
I don't think I should.
You could do so much better than this provincial life. Say yes, I'll get you wetter, and maybe even make you my wife.
My lord, you're rich and handsome,
Okay.
but I am quite engaged. Some men are honest and some would only want their lust assuaged. Then leave me to my boyfriend's rage.
Beautiful love, believe me.
I think he might just want to fuck and leave me.
I'll use my tongue till you finish.
But I man gives no thought to the consequences of his actions and leaves a trail of undisclosed sexual transmitted infections, ruined lives, and illegitimate offspring wherever he goes. And that's bad!
Aren't you gonna stick to the script?
Maybe. Are you gonna keep it in
Oh!
your hands?
Hey! What are you implying?
Are you really trying to tell me that was appropriate for children?
Okay, so it's more for teenagers than toddlers.
It felt a little like you were trying to seduce me.
That's outrageous.
Is it? Considering your history?
The audacity! I am trying to save countless children from the disgusting excesses of sexual degeneracy, and you accuse me of having corrupt motives?
I
No.
just said...
Do you want generations of porn-addled, beta-cuck children with pierced septa and transgenders to suffer eternal torment all because you couldn't look past the sins of my mortal life?
Jesus Christ! I don't even know half those words!
Yeah, we have Twitter in hell.
Look, I want to believe you've genuinely changed, but I am overseeing your trial. We have to make sure we are maintaining appropriate boundaries.
I understand. I'll be more careful in the future. The last thing I want is to make you uncomfortable.
Thank you. Shall we proceed?
We shall. As soon as Elvira had run off with Zerlina, we ran straight into Donna Anna and her moist towelette of a boyfriend, Don Ottavio. My friends, how are you doing? Not great, Don.
Someone assaulted me and killed my father. Can we count on your help to find the culprit?
Absolutely. I can promise you that this scoundrel will be my top priority.
You mean finding him will be your top priority?
Yeah, that.
Don G! I hope you're not thinking of trusting this man. He is a liar and a monster.
But he can't be a monster. He's rich. This woman is actually insane and thinking with her ovaries, and you don't have to listen to anything she said. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, this seems suspicious. He's a liar and a cad and a fugly slut.
Yes!
You cannot trust him.
Oh no, the crazy lady ran away. I'd better go follow her to make sure she doesn't spread any more crazy, untrue rumors about me. In the meantime, do let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Wow, what a stand-up guy.
Yeah, he's the one who attacked me.
What?
I wasn't sure until he did that slutty thing with his voice just now, but yeah, it's definitely him. Revenge?
Okay. Revenge.
Yay!
Meanwhile, I returned to my mansion to see how the party was going, completely unaware that my identity had been discovered. Don G, thank gosh you're here. Elvira just showed up with Zerlina and started yelling all sorts of awful things about you. Well, fuck. I locked her outside. Perfect. Now I'm off to seduce some peasant girls while they're drunk, and therefore incapable of giving enthusiastic consent. You know the drill, folks.
And that's bad.
And meanwhile, outside, Zerlina was making up with an angry Mazzetto.
Didn't you throw that one away?
I have spares. I'm just not used to putting it on this appendage. I can't believe you went off alone with another man on our wedding
day?
Nothing happened. He didn't even touch me with the tip of his finger.
That's, not the tip I'm worried about there.
Wow. You don't believe me? What are you gonna do about it?
And why don't I take this next song? I think it might be a little much for your angelic sensibilities.
How dare you? I do what I want. But beat me, dear Mazzetto, beat your poor and weak Selina. I'll stand quiet and serene, I'll live to punish wrong and hard. Beat me, Daddy, your poor Selina stands right here without fear, waiting to be punished hard. Pull my hair and I'll let you. You could even gouge my eyes out. Jesus Christ, forgive me, 'cause I would dread the kiss them clear. Yes, hurt and be your queen. I'll slowly kiss you clear. Beat me, dear Mazzetto, beat your poor and weak Selina. I'll stand quiet and serene, I'll learn to punish wrong and hard. Oh, dear Mazzetto, beat me, stand right here without fear, waiting to be punished hard. I see through you. You won't do it. You like the stomach. You won't do it. I see through you. Calm your temper, jealous darling. I am only yours for harming. May your days of peace be charming, and our nights be full of cries and delighted loving sighs, and delighted loving sighs, such delighted loving sighs. Calm your temper, jealous darling. I am only yours for harming. May our days of peace be charming, and our nights be full of cries. Yes, 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 oh God, yes. And delighted loving sighs. Yes, 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 oh God, yes. And our nights be full of cries. Such delighted sighs, until the sun arise.
Holy shit! That was... You were gorgeous.
It was nothing. I'm not. Was all of that really necessary?
I cannot stress enough that it's a very close translation.
No. I mean, in terms of relevance, how does this help your case? What moral education does it offer to the audience?
Well, it shows that I wasn't the only one in Seville with unusual appetites. Which explains my aggressive pursuit.
Does it?
I mean, shouldn't it? She was giving off signals. I was just picking them up.
So you're saying she was asking for it?
Oh, no, that's not what we were just on the same wavelength, is all.
For context, in the next scene, he tries to seduce her again, and she starts screaming for help in the middle of the party.
Spoilers!
And you call that the same wavelength?
It was consensual. The screaming was just role play.
Ah! So, the two of you were off stage in consensual non-consent variety?
Yes! Yes! Exactly.
Great! What was her safe word?
For what now?
How did you negotiate the scene? What hard limits were discussed? Did you provide aftercare?
Well,
Important question.
no. But only because an angry mob chased me out of my house first.
And when confronted with that angry mob, you and your scene partner presumably explained that it was all a huge misunderstanding and apologized for engaging in edge play in a vanilla space. He didn't. He tried to pin the blame on Leporello, and then he ran away.
Look, it was a very stressful situation. Leporello was fine. He escaped intact.
And you sent him back into danger at the very next opportunity.
What danger? We switched clothes and I sent him on a romantic moonlit stroll with Elvira.
So the Kill the Murdering Rapist Brigade was marching through town and you just happened to say, "Hey, bestie, how would you like to cosplay as a murdering rapist while I slip into a non-threatening disguise for unrelated reasons?"
Yeah, okay, so I see what you're doing there. And yes, that was bad and wrong because I was a person who did bad and wrong things. But I've changed.
Have you? You have the puppets, the moral crusade, the story of redemption, but you can't help but defend your reputation. You deflect, you downplay, and I can't help but wonder if you haven't just slipped on another non-threatening costume.
You're right.
What?
I have so many toxic behaviors to unlearn. I've been so wrapped up in my own trauma that I haven't really been honest with myself. So how could I ever hope to be honest with anyone else? In light of the allegations about my behavior, I'd like to speak quite frankly and from the heart as well. It's true, my best intentions sometimes waver, but please remember that I've been literally through hell. This discourse has been quite taxing on my emotions, so please be kind and patient in my great time of need. I'll listen and I'll learn with great devotion. Thus concludes my truly heartfelt apology. There. I hope that helps restore some measure of mutual trust and respect between us.
Sure. Except, I never once heard you utter the words, "I'm sorry."
Well, I'm
Let's hear it.
tempted again. Are you ready to render a verdict?
Verdict? But we're barely into Act 2.
Listen, we agreed that I would cut you off when I saw fit, and between you and me, the puppet shtick is wearing thin.
But this is where it all comes together. Just give me 5 more minutes, please.
Fine, but I'm timing you.
Thank you. All right, so Leporello and I switched clothes, and honestly, nobody in Seville can tell the difference because they're all a bunch of fucking morons. Right, time limit. So Leporello goes off with Elvira, and I stay behind to distract the angry mob and throw them off the trail, but then Leporello gets himself into mortal danger because he runs into Team Revenge, and they threaten to murder him on the spot until he reveals that he's not actually me, and then he manages to escape and meet up with me in a graveyard, and I laugh the whole thing off and invite a statue to dinner, as one does. And not just any statue, mind you, but the Commendatore. You know, Donna Anna's murdered father, who I murdered. And so I say, hey, statue, want to come to dinner? And this literal statue goes, yeah, sure. And I treat that as completely normal and go back to my house where everyone who wants to murder me knows I live to prepare for a special dinner with an undead guilt statue.
Are you going anywhere with this? This is just a plot summary.
Yes! I'm so sorry. Yes. While I am at my absolute worst and most insane, while everyone is plotting revenge against me and the audience is trying to stay awake through Don Ottavio's second aria, there's still one person who thinks that I'm worth saving. One more? Please?
Oh. He seduced me, he left me, that miserable bastard. God, the help is fury, I feel it inside when I think of my love and joy delight. When I think of my love and joy delight. How I wished, but in spite of my anguish, I will not give in to hate. Shame the decade, yes, that's great. But I would spare him from a violent and hellish fate. He seduced me, he left me, that miserable fuckboy. God, the help is fury, I feel it inside when I think of my love and joy delight. When I think of my love and joy delight. When I think of how he left me last September, then I want to break his kneecaps. I see him, I remember, he said, our love just slaps. Yes, it was nothing, for real, no cap. He seduced me, he left me, that shit-eating fuckface. God, the help is fury, I feel it inside when I think of my love and joy delight. When I think of my love and joy delight. Yes, he's awful.
she found it in her heart to forgive me instead. She even tried to warn me, begged me to change my ways before it was too late, and I laughed in her face. It's taken me until now to realize that she could have saved me. And here I am now. And here you are.
What are you doing? What is happening?
There's something here. I know you can feel it too. Yes, I know I'm unworthy, but all I can do now is throw myself at your feet and ask you to grace me with your love, your mercy. Save me, radiant celestial lady.
Realize I'm not really a lady, right? I am a genderless cosmic being with a name no human tongue can pronounce and a true form that would drive you to madness with a single glance.
Yes.
Fuck. I didn't know angels could talk dirty. My mind and soul are yours to break, my non-Euclidean mistress. Let me be your consort, your servant, your pet. Anything your heart desires.
So this is what you meant.
What?
I'm sorry to interrupt the proceedings, but it seems relevant to the case.
You have something to add.
No, she's not supposed to talk.
To the courtroom, he said, and I
This was supposed to be off the record.
fucked my way into hell, and by God, I'm gonna fuck my way right back out again.
Got him.
A lot.
This is inadmissible. Forget you heard all of that. It's hearsay. She can't testify. She's not even part of the case.
Of course she is. You specifically requested her.
As an accompanist, they're supposed to be seen and not heard.
And yet, we all heard her play the music.
That's not. No. This is bullshit.
Which means
I'm part of the performance.
I should break your fucking hands. Dearest jurors, disregard her and her pointless, pointed fingers. Bitch, I'll kill you.
you hush!
God.
We cannot just ignore such a statement, which falls under the hearsay exception. You not declare that intention to
It then. I thought we had something.
Don't even try that. We know what you thought.
Well then fine, 'cause you're not even hot.
Is all that you've got.
It's charisma, you cringe, eldritch thought. Oh, shut it.
I've been redeemed by
cancels who?
Well, then, let's hear your verdict.
I'm out of here. Hey, wait!
Sit down.
Quit dragging me around.
What do you say, oh juror? Should we approve his freedom?
They say to err is human, but to forgive divine.
I'd recommend denials.
God, what a bullshit trial!
Cowardly,
No,
treacherous,
no,
cruel,
no.
and
What?
you're lame.
No!
Yes.
Members of the jury, the time has now come for you to render a verdict in today's trial. Has Don Giovanni truly changed his ways and become a better person, or is he still a lying, shit-eating, rapist fuckhead? Is a second chance to spread a positive message, or an antibiotic-resistant strain of syphilis?
I got that taken care of. Please, I do not see nearly enough green. Come on. I'll do weird stuff with you. I'll take a tea before I'll take this L.
Enough! I see you are all excellent judges of character.
You all suck.
Now, let's get you back to your regularly scheduled torment, shall we?
But it's been 400 years! Haven't I suffered enough?
No. Men like you hardly ever face the consequences for your actions. But you've always said you were exceptional. Let's go.
That's like you. I am exceptional, goddammit!
What a disaster. Thank you so much for your help. I am so sorry you had to deal with him. That must have been awful.
Oh, I've dealt with worse.
Dear God.
Yeah.
So, that's how the opera ends, right? The commendatore drags into hell and the curtain falls?
Well, no. All the characters kind of come on stage and have this little epilogue where they talk about what happened.
So, there's all this fire and brimstone and bombast, and the end is just people standing around and talking?
Yeah, it's kind of anticlimactic.
Well, thank God we know better.